On an 85-degree Wednesday night here in Long Beach, California, we welcome you to Blair Field for tonight's presentation of Oakland Ballers Baseball on the road here in Long Beach. It's your defending Pioneer League champion Oakland Ballers against the Long Beach Coast. Game 2 of this 3-game road series and the second game of the second half coming up next right here on Ballers Radio. And welcome in, everyone. My name is Gareth Kwok. Thanks for tuning in, whether you're listening on our YouTube channel or through the Home Team Network. Oakland yesterday began its second half push for the postseason, a chance to clinch a third consecutive postseason berth, but Oakland fell yesterday to the Long Beach Coast by a final of 12-4. Long Beach has now won 6 consecutive games over the Ballers, and Oakland, though, was a better team for half the game. Through the first 5.5 innings, they held a 3-run lead thanks to a little bit of small ball, and the starting right-hander Charlie Hurley pitched 5 strong innings to start out the night. Just 1 run allowed on 3 hits and 1 walk with 3 strikeouts, and Oakland used a bit of small ball to tack on 4 runs against the starting right-hander for Long Beach, Jack Martin. Jermaine Cobb hit an RBI double. Jake Allgaier hit a sacrifice fly to put Oakland ahead 2-1, and then 2 more runs were scored in the 6th thanks to a sacrifice fly from Nick Leahy and an RBI single from Cobb, which was his 3rd hit of the game to give the Ballers a 4-1 lead. But in the bottom of the 6th, that's where things went totally in the opposite direction and in favor of Long Beach. Hurley walked the first 2 batters and induced a 1-out RBI ground out to Cuba Bess to cut the Oakland lead down to 3. Jacob Jablonski had a 2-out RBI single to pull the Coast within 1. And then the biggest hit of them all was Emilio Corona's go-ahead 2-run homer to put Long Beach back in front 5-4. That was the last pitch delivered by Hurley, the home run to Corona. And his final line was 5 2/3 innings pitched, 5 runs allowed on 6 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Long Beach would pad its lead in the 7th with 5 runs in on 3 hits and 4 walks. The Coast added 2 more in the 8th. Walks were a big issue yesterday. 9 walks issued by the pitching for a team that hadn't walked as many batters during the homestand back when we were at Ramondi Park for the week, and things were looking better in that department as of late. But unfortunately, the walks resurfaced yesterday, and the Long Beach bullpen combined for 3 scoreless innings of relief to clinch Game 1 of the series. Final score yesterday, Long Beach 12, Oakland 4. And Oakland has not yet won a game here on the road in Long Beach this season. The last win against the Coast overall was on June 16th in a knockout round at home. It's a Long Beach team that has won 10 of 13 meetings this season. And if Oakland wants to clinch a second half berth, they're going to have to win on the road here in Long Beach. There's 8 more games here in Long Beach in this second half, including today. Our 2 pitchers brewing pitching matchup. For Oakland, they will send the right-hander Hunter Day to the mound. Hunter making just his 4th start of the season. He has filled in nicely since he was picked up from the Fargo Moorhead Redhawks. He gets a start for the Ballers, and he will face the son of the right-hander Troy Percival, the manager for Long Beach. It's his son, Cole Percival, who gets the ball for Long Beach, the former minor leaguer with the Angels, Dodgers, Yankees, Twins, and D-backs. He will get the ball for Long Beach today. Coming up next here on the Ballers pregame show, we're going to replay a snippet of our latest Bees cast that dropped a couple of days ago. It dropped on Monday, a second half outlook, a first half reflection, and Tyler Peterson and I talked about the first half and what we can expect from the second half and what is at stake for the Ballers in terms of this second half and what they need to do to clinch a postseason berth. We're going to replay that snippet of Bees Cast. It's available on our YouTube channel. Don't go anywhere. Ballers Baseball is coming up next here on Ballers Radio. Back here on the Ballers pregame show, we're going to replay a snippet of our latest Bees Cast presented by our friends at Fieldwork Brewery that dropped on Monday. Tyler Peterson and I reflected on the first half and also explained what's at stake for the Ballers in the second half if they want to play postseason baseball for a third straight year. Take a listen. First half in the books. Second half begins on Tuesday, July 14th in Long Beach. Let's go over this second half format briefly. Now that Oakland, they still have something to play for. They still have a chance to qualify and defend this title, and they're going to have to make it happen in the second half. What is this format for those out there that are still learning about the standings? Now that also Long Beach and Billings, those two have now punched their ticket.
So Long Beach and Billings were the two best teams in the first half. That means they both will host a 3-game playoff series. Now, everybody goes back to 0-0 for the second half. 48 games, top 2 teams go in, and they will play Long Beach and Billings. Pretty straightforward. Now, what happens if Long Beach and Billings also are the top 2 teams in the second half, as what happened last year with Oakland and Missoula? In that situation, what'll happen is you will take the next 2 best teams in the league by overall record. They will make the playoffs. So last year, that was Idaho Falls and Ogden. We played Ogden in the first round. That was an awfully close series. We played Idaho Falls in the championship. That was an awfully close series. So the Ballers right now, being some 6 games under 500, they're going to have a really good second half because they are going to look to win a spot outright. There's 5 teams above them right now who have better wild card records than they. So they either need to jump those teams and hope those teams have worse records than them, or they need to win it outright. So you kind of target about a 30-win half. If you can get to 30 wins, that's usually a good indication that you're going to come out with a playoff spot. This first half, they're only going to come out with 20. So you've got a team like Glacier that'll be up about 30 wins. Both Modesto and Ogden will be about probably 28, 29. So you want to see the Ballers really take the second half. They're going to face tough opponents, but they've got to find a way to break through that with the group that they're taking forward with them and win a playoff spot.
And you mentioned the schedule, and there's going to be a lot of Long Beach, a lot of Modesto. As a matter of fact, 9 of the 12 games against the Coast are down in Long Beach, so they're going to have to win on the road if they're going to want to make up some ground. 12 games in Yuba Sutter, all in Yuba Sutter. You have 6 games against Red Pocket and then 3 each versus Boise and Missoula. But the bottom line is they're going to have to beat the teams that were playoff contenders, one that is going to the playoffs in Long Beach and the other in Modesto that was flirting and contending up until that last week.
Yeah, and a team like Modesto that you've played very tough these last 2 weeks, who are in front of you, you're going to be able to have a say on what their second half record is when you play 12 games against them. Let's say the Ballers win 8 of those games. Well, that's 4 games going down toward 500 for Modesto and 4 games going up for Oakland. So that's an 8-game difference right in just that one series for the second half. So you're going to have a chance to go up against the guys that you have to pass anyway. And listen, if you're going to win a championship, you have to beat the best teams.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Oakland was the best team last year, and there are a lot of teams that got close to beating Oakland, but they didn't. So if Oakland wants to win a championship, it doesn't matter what your path is. Your path will always be against the toughest opponents, either the best teams in the league or the teams that beat the best teams in the league. So if they want to prove that they are defending champions, they're just going to have to go out and win.
And that episode of Bees Cast is available right now on our YouTube channel. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups. We'll have first pitch live from Long Beach. It's Ballers Baseball, Oakland versus Long Beach, coming up next here on Ballers Radio. Just a few minutes away from first pitch between your defending Pioneer League champion Oakland Ballers and the first half champion Long Beach Coast. My name's Gareth Kwok. We are coming to you live from Blair Field. We are about to have the umpires meeting at the plate with the two managers, Aaron Miles of Oakland and Troy Percival of Long Beach. This is a rather late plate meeting with the three umpires and the managers, with both of the starting lineups having already been announced. They do a very early national anthem here in Long Beach, about 15 minutes before first pitch. The singer sings at around 6:20 or 6:21. So as far as I'm concerned, we're just waiting for the team to take the field and so that we can play baseball. But while we have a moment, let's take a look at our starting lineups. They are presented by Rubenstein. Here's the starting lineup for Aaron Miles, and for Oakland, Tremaine Cobb, the shortstop, leads off. Isai Santos bats second and is in center field. The third baseman, Jake Allgaier, bats third. Jaden Kalora cleans things up. He bats fourth and does the catching. Jeter Ibarra, the first baseman, hits fifth. Noah Blythe, the right fielder, hits sixth. Paul Winland did not get the start yesterday, but he did come off the bench as a pinch hitter. He gets a start batting seventh, and he will be the DH. Nick Leahy, the second baseman, hits eighth, and Miles Beal makes his second consecutive start. He's in left field, batting ninth. Once again, that's Cobb, Santos, Allgaier, Kalora, Ibarra, Blythe, Winland, Leahy, and Beal for the Ballers. And for Long Beach, this is Troy Percival's starting lineup. Eddie Pelk, the left fielder, leads off. Dylan Lena, the rookie third baseman out of Long Beach State, bats second. Cooper Best, the first baseman, hits third. Matthew Bartowell, the right fielder, hits fourth. Cuba Best, the DH, hits fifth. Jacob Jablonski, the second baseman, bats sixth. Emilio Corona, last night's hero, hits seventh. He's in center field. Anthony Mata, the shortstop, hits eighth. And David Whittle, who the Ballers have not seen yet, bats ninth, and he does the catching. That's, once again, Pelk, Lena, Vest, Bartowell, Best, Jablonski, Corona, Mata, and Whittle for the Coast. Cole Percival trots out to the mound and leads his Coast out onto the field. The defense behind them for today, beginning in the outfield, Eddie Pelk in left, Emilio Corona in center, Matthew Barnwell in right, and on the infield, Dylan Lena at third base, Anthony Mata at short, Jacob Jablonski at second, Cooper Vest does the catching. Cooper Vest is at first base, and doing the catching is David Whittle. For tonight's starting righty, the 27-year-old from Riverside, California. He is the son of the four-time All-Star and the 2002 World Series champion. And the Long Beach Coast manager, Troy Percival, it is Cole Percival who takes the mound for the Coast. This will be his second start of the year and just his fifth overall appearance. So far, very limited numbers for Percival ever since he joined the Coast after he was acquired from the Lexington Legends for a player to be named later a couple of weeks back. 4.50 ERA, no record, 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, no walks for Percival, who's a longtime minor leaguer. He has toiled in the minors for the past several seasons, including most recently as last year, spending time with the Twin system and the Yankee system. He reached as high as AAA St. Paul, which is the AAA affiliate of the Minnesota Twins. Spent most of his time in AA Wichita, the AA affiliate of the Minnesota Twins. Percival stands at 6'5", 220 pounds. He has been with 5 different major league clubs in their farm systems, including the Diamondbacks, Angels, Dodgers, Yankees, and Twins. A warm night for baseball, a perfect night for baseball. As Tremaine Cobb, the baller shortstop, digs in the righty box, and Percival works from the stretch. And the right-hander in the sun deals the first to Cobb, and it's a fastball down the middle for a called strike one at 92. First pitch delivered at 6:36 p.m. local time here in Long Beach. Percival stands on the first base side of the rubber, and the right-hander deals. Cobb takes a slider outside for ball one. Trey hitting .346, 12 home runs and 40 runs batted in. He went 3 for 4 yesterday with 2 singles and a double and 2 runs batted in. Percival holds at the belt. Right-hander is 1-1. Cobb takes a fastball off the outside. 2 balls and a strike. Half of the mound is in the shade, and the other half is in the sun. Percival is standing in the sun. Cobb at the plate is in the shade. 2-1 is tapped weakly up the middle. It's fielded on the backhand by the pitcher, Percival, and he throws out Cobb for out number 1. That's how this game gets started. And I find that noteworthy because Percival is delivering the pitch in the sun. The baseball and the arm slot is in the sun, but then when he delivers the pitch, that ball quickly becomes darker because of the shade. So it must be difficult for these hitters, at least in the early stages, to pick up the ball right now. Here's Isai Santos. He takes all the way a fastball on the outside for a strike one. Percival with a deep mix, a fastball, slider, changeup, cutter, and sinker for the right-hander. Is 0-1. Is fouled straight back by Santos. No balls and 2 strikes. Isai hitting .320, 9 home runs, 34 runs batted in for the second-year baller. 0 for 4 yesterday. He is 0 for his last 8 over the past 2 games. 2 strikes, 1 out. The pitch. Santos hits a foul down the left field line. Count remains 0-2. Percival last Wednesday against Yuba Sutter. Lasted 4 innings. Gave up 1 unearned run on 3 hits, no walks, and 4 strikeouts in a no decision. Holds at the belt. He lifts the leg and the 0-2. Santos takes just inside with a fastball, and we have a first inning challenge from the catcher, Whittle.
After review of the red pocket ball strike zone challenge, the pitch has been confirmed for a ball.
So Whittle thought he got a strike on the inside at 94, but the call has been confirmed just a hair inside, and Long Beach now down to 1 challenge for the rest of the game. 1-2 on Santos. Jake Allgaier to follow. Percival kicks and deals. Santos hits a hard grounder to second, but right at Jablonski, who sets the feet and throws on the first, and there's 2 away. Our game time temperature today, 83 degrees. There is a stronger breeze today than yesterday, in my opinion, but still relatively gentle. Flag out and left is pretty quiet, but at least during batting practice, it felt like there was a stronger breeze. First pitch to Allgaier. He takes a fastball down the middle for a strike, 0-1. No score here in the top of the first, just underway. Ballers and Coast kicking off game 2 of this 3-game series. Long Beach winning yesterday by a final of 12-4. The 0-1. Allgaier hits it foul off the catcher's gear of Whittle for ricochets behind the plate. 0-2. Percival is Long Beach's franchise pitcher. 27 years of age, plenty of professional experience, and brought in to add some more thump to the rotation. 0-2. Fastball is high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Percival was in a bit of a limbo stage. He had pitched down in Jalisco in the Mexican League and was pitching for Lexington, the Atlantic League. 1-2. Changeup misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. But the Coast and the Legends were able to strike a deal to send Troy Percival's son back home here in Southern California and pitching for the hometown team. The 2-2 from Percival. Allgaier takes outside with a changeup. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jake batting .330, 38 runs batted in. Yesterday went 1 for 3 with the sacrifice fly. 3-2. Allgaier spoils it foul with a grounder down the third base side. Percival right now sitting at 93-94 with the fastball. Now his body entirely in the shade as he comes set at the belt. Here's the payoff to Allgaier. On its way. And he fouls it back. Seeing the fastball decently thus far. And he's making Percival work here early in the first inning. Jaden Kalora on deck for Oakland. Percival now needs to retie his shoe on the mound. Our umpires for tonight, Scott Jones is behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Pete Saucedo, the crew chief, is at third. And Neil Turner is at first base. 3-2 pitch with 2 down and the base is empty. Percival throws. Allgaier fouls it off the catcher, Whittle. Percival tried to pull the string with a changeup, and Allgaier stays alive. Allgaier, who missed 4 games a couple weeks ago with that hamstring injury, but back in the lineup for a 3rd straight game. 3-2 is down and in, a check swing, and on the appeal, the third base umpire, Pete Saucedo, says Allgaier did not go around. Great at bat from Allgaier to draw the 2-out walk. And up to the plate comes Jaden Kalora. Nine pitch at bat. Worked by Allgaier. And here is Kalora. Kalora hitting .354, which leads the team. 5 home runs, 33 runs batted in. First pitch is cut on and missed on a high fastball. Strike 1. Kalora yesterday 1 for 5 at the plate. 1 for 4 with a walk. No score. Top of the first, 2 outs. 0-1. Kalora hits a high fly ball to deep center field. Corona backpedals, stops, and puts it away. About 10 feet shy of the warning track to end the inning. 2-out walk, stranded at first by Cole Percival in his first start against the Ballers this season. We'll go to the bottom of the first. 0-0 our score, and Hunter Day takes the hill for the Ballers when we come back on Ballers Radio. No score, bottom of the first. Here is the defense for the Ballers tonight. In the outfield, Miles Beals in left. Isai Santos in center. Noah Blythe in right. On the infield, Jake Allgaier at third base. Tremaine Cobbs at short. Nick Leahy at second. Jeter Ibarra at first. And behind the plate doing the catching is Jaden Calora. For tonight's starting righty, it's the 24-year-old from Richfield, Minnesota, Hunter Day, who gets the start for a fourth time this year. First pitch to Eddie Pelk is a fastball up and away for ball one. Day stands at 6'2", 190 pounds. Signed on June 22nd by the Ballers, 1-0. Fastball misses a little inside, 2-0. In 4 appearances, Day holds a 5.74 ERA in 15 2/3 innings. Right-hander winds the 2-0, and he deals a fastball just a bit inside, 3-0. 15 2/3 innings, 9 strikeouts, 9 walks for Day, who's making his first start against the Coast this year. 3-0 is a fastball on the outside for a called strike. 3-1. Day last through on Thursday against Modesto at home. Into the wind, the 3-1. Pelk takes, that looked pretty good on the inside corner, but it's ruled a ball by Scott Jones. And Eddie Pelk draws his league-leading 72nd walk of the year, and he's now 14 walks shy of matching Evan Scavano's 2025 record of 86 walks with Grand Junction. And Eddie Pelk's got a pretty good shot of breaking that record, even though we're just starting the second half. Here's Lena, who takes a slider at the top of the zone for a called strike. 0-1. Day threw 4 1/3 innings, gave up 4 runs on 8 hits, 2 walks and 4 strikeouts on Thursday against Modesto. The 0-1. Lena lays off a slider outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. That was a game where Oakland helped him out with major run support. A 19-5 victory for Oakland in their series win over the Roadsters. 1-1. Lena fouls it back behind the plate, 1-2. Started out his Ballers' tenure in the bullpen, but has filled in as a starter in this rotation now. 1-2. Lena takes a fastball high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rotation has been a storyline really all season long. Reshuffling of the rotation during spring training and reshuffling after Gabe Tanner was signed by the White Sox. 2-2 is bounced up the middle, could be a pair. Cobb shovels the second for 1. Leahy's throw to first is in time for a double play. Hunter Day is a pitch-to-contact thrower, and when he's at his best, he gets weak contact like that. A ground ball to short, and Cobb starts a 6-4-3 double play. The base is empty now with 2 outs for Cooper Vest. Scoreless in the bottom of the first. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's Vest. The lefty first baseman takes a ball outside, 1-0. Day's fastball will sit in the mid-80s, around 85, 86. Sometimes it'll touch 87. 1-0. Vest takes a changeup on the outside for a strike, 1-1. Day also throws a slider and a changeup. So a 3-pitch guy. Changeup he throws more often than the slider. 1-1. Fastball is high. 2 balls and a strike. And against Modesto, he found some success with that changeup in the early innings before eventually the Roadsters got to him for 4 runs. 2-1. Vest takes just a bit inside. Vest is trying to paint that inside. Day is trying to paint that inside corner on the left-handed bats. Just missing, though. 3-1 with Bardwell on deck. Here's a pitch, and Vest takes a strike. Fastball at the knees, 3-2. Vest is hitting .326, 9 home runs, 55 runs batted in for the Long Beach first baseman. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He gets him on a high fastball at 87, and a good start to the office here for Hunter Day as he goes and pitches the minimum in the first. Second inning coming up. No score here from Long Beach on Ballers Radio. Welcome back to Blair Field here in Long Beach. No score as we head to the second. Time now for our Caltrans keys to the game, and my keys to the game for today. My first key is for Oakland to stay resilient. It's a Long Beach team that will fight back with any response that Oakland goes at them at. So staying resilient, making sure that to withhold the Long Beach attack. And number 2 is to keep the ball on the ground for Hunter Day, like he did in Atlanta at bat. Keeping the ball on the ground and making sure no balls get into the air and out of the ballpark, as Ibarra takes a fastball inside for ball 1. Percival at the set, kicks and throws. And Ibarra takes a strike, a fastball down the middle. 1-1 on Jeter, who was followed by Noah Blythe and Paul Wendland, the 5, 6, and 7 bats for the Ballers, after they sent 4 men to the plate in the first. Percival throws, and Ibarra swings and misses at a changeup. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ibarra is the Pioneer League's home run leader. 21 home runs, 58 runs batted in. He's batting .353, just behind Calora's average of .354. Very well could overtake him in that department. It's 1-2 on Ibarra with Noah Blythe on deck. Percival holds. Now he throws. And Ibarra hits a line drive in the left field, a base hit. And with that hit, it extends his hit streak to 16 games. An inside-out swing to left field. Boy, there might not be another Pioneer League hitter hotter than Jeter Ibarra. Aaron Miles talked about it on the pregame show yesterday. Pitchers are starting to pitch around him. He's getting the intentional walk from time to time now when they don't want to face him. Here's Blythe, right on right. Percival throws, and he takes a fastball up and in for ball 1. The fact that he's been treated very well, and they respect him too much, and they will throw up the 4 fingers and give him first base. The 1-0 pitch. Blythe takes a fastball inside, 2-0. The one thing about Percival right now is that he does not like to work very fast. He is someone that likes to use all the necessary seconds on that pitch clock. And now David Whittle, the catcher, is going to go out to talk with his starter and give him a moment out there on the mound. Well, so far it's looking like two polar opposites. Yesterday, Jack Martin liked to work very quickly, as did Charlie Hurley. As soon as they got the ball back from their respective catchers, they wanted to work and set a tempo for themselves. But Percival, he's more not dilly-dallying, but he just wants to take his time. There are pitchers like that that will deliberately use all necessary seconds of the pitch clock before throwing. Holds here after the mound visit. The 2-0. Blythe lifts a fly ball in the median deep right. Right fielder Barterwell charges in, makes the catch. Ibarra back to first, one away. Paul Windland, the batter, the former Long Beach Coast infielder, makes his second return to his former club after returning home a couple weeks ago when we were last year in Long Beach. Left-handed bat awaits the first. And he takes a fastball low. 1 ball, no strikes. Windland, who played 15 games with the Coast, did suffer an injury and missed some time, about 2 weeks, before he eventually was placed on waivers. 1-0. Windland takes outside with the changeup. 2 balls, no strikes. And Oakland quickly pounced on Windland as soon as he was placed on waivers. Put the ball in play on Saturday in the walk-off win. Spin throw to first. And Ibarra dives in safely. Rather, that was Friday, the walk-off win for the Ballers, coming back from down 1, scoring 2 in the 9th. Windland hit a grounder to first. That was bobbled by Andrew Kirchner. 2-0 pitch. Windland fouls it back into the screen. 2-1. And the last time he was here, he hit a towering homer off the former Ballers right-hander Liam Rocha to right center field. Ibarra holds at first base with his lead. Now Percival comes home. Windland swings and misses at a slider, and the count moves to 2-2. No score, 1 out, runner on first for the Ballers. In the top of Nick Leahy, the second baseman on deck. Percival deals, and Windland chops it foul over towards first. This is Windland's 14th start and 16th game with the Ballers. He's hitting .275 with Oakland with 4 home runs and 15 batted in. Percival is ready. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball is high. Wow. 3-2. I tell you what, Scott Jones behind the plate has called a couple of pitches that are certainly worthy of being strikes, and he has called them the other way for both sides. See if Ibarra runs at first. Put the runner in motion. He does not. 3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. A high fastball from Percival gets Windland the chase. First strikeout for Percival. There's 2 away for Nick Leahy. This is game number 50 on the schedule for both Long Beach and Oakland. First pitch to Leahy is a fastball down the middle for a strike. 0-1. Long Beach comes into this game with a 38-11 overall record, and they are 19-3 here at home. Spin throw to first. Ibarra dives in safely. I mean, that is hard to fathom. 19-3 at home. They have been dominant here at Blair Field in their inaugural season. Leahy ready for the 0-1 from Percival. And he takes just a bit high with the slider. All right, now it's a tight zone from Scott Jones. And we do have the TrackMan data up here, and there have been plenty of pitches that have clipped the strike zone that he's called balls thus far. 1-1. Leahy hits a high fly ball deep to left field. Pelk is back. He is on the front edge of the track, moves to his left, and makes the catch to end the inning. If that's it, Ramondi, that's a long homer. But here at Blair Field, it's a deep fly out for Leahy. And the Ibarra single is stranded at first. Bottom of the second coming up. No score on Ballers Radio.
Leading off the coast out of the second inning, number 35, Matthew Bartlewell.
Heffernan Insurance Brokers has been helping people make smart decisions since day one, offering business insurance, personal home and auto, employee benefits, and retirement and wealth management. Make a smart decision for your business or family today. Visit Heffernan Insurance Brokers online at hefins.com. First pitch from Hunter Day is a slider outside for ball one. Matthew Bartlewell, Cuba Bess, and Jacob Jablonski do up against Day with the game scoreless in the bottom of the second. The pitch is grounded hard, but right at Cobb. The shortstop sets the feet and tosses to first for the first out. This is Hunter Day's first stint in the Pioneer League. He made his professional debut last year with the Fargo Moorhead Redhawks in the American Association. Pitched in only 3 games last year, returned to Fargo Moorhead for this year. His first offering to Cuba Bess is a fastball up and away for ball one. Did not see as much success with the Redhawks in his second go-around compared to last year, and he was eventually released by the team back on June 16th. 1-0. Slider low and in. 2 balls, no strikes. 5-year college player with 4 different schools. He turns and deals a 2-0. Bess rips it foul down the first base line. 2-1. He started in the junior college ranks at North Iowa Area Community College. Transferred to Tarleton State in the WAC and was one of their weekend starters, is 2-1. Fastball is up and away, 3 balls and a strike. He was 9th in the conference in ERA and allowed the 7th fewest walks and earned runs. 3-1 pitch. Best fouls it off down the left field line, 3-2. Kept the home runs down. 3rd fewest homers among all WAC pitchers before eventually transferring to Missouri State. 3-2. Best hits a line drive it right at Jeter Ibarra at first, who makes a shoulder high catch.
Number 27, Jacob Jablonski.
2 outs for Jacob Jablonski. And while he was at Missouri State, he served mostly as a reliever for the Bears. Eventually returned home to Minnesota State, which is a Division II school, for his final year of eligibility. First pitch to Jablonski is down and in for ball 1. No score. Base is empty, 2 outs. Jablonski, the switch hitter, batting from the left side. 1-0. Swing and a miss on that changeup. 1-1. That's become one of his go-to off-speed pitches. 1-1. Changeup lifted foul down the left field line, and it's 1-2. Changes the eye level with that changeup when he pairs it with the fastball. It's got a lot of break to it. 1-2. Fastball is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jablonski hitting .325, 12 home runs, 53 batted in. 2-2. He got him looking at the knees with the changeup. And Hunter Day goes 3 up, 3 down in the second. We head to the third. This game remains scoreless, 0-0 here on Ballers Radio. Third inning here from Blair Field. It's the Ballers 0 and the Coast 0. Miles Beal leads off against Cole Percival. The switch hitter batting from the left side awaits and takes a strike, a high slider, 0-1. Beal, Cobb, Santos, 9-1-2 against Percival. Has given up 1 hit and 1 walk through the first 2 innings for the starting righty. He fires, and Beal hits a foul down the left field line, 0-2. Just the 5th start for Beal since he joined the Ballers at around 4th of July weekend. He joined that Friday before the 4th after he was dealt from the Schaumburg Boomers in the Frontier League for a player to be named later. 0-2 pitch to Beal. In the dirt. It's spiked by Percival. 1 ball and 2 strikes. In 43 games for the Boomers, Beal batted .241, 5 home runs, 32 runs batted in. He did steal 12 bases as well. Got a little bit of pop, some speed. 1-2. Takes a slider, low and in. 2-2. He drove from Schaumburg cross country, at least attempted to drive cross country to California, but his car broke down in Nebraska. Took the next available flight from Nebraska to California. 2-2. Fastball is at the knees for a called strike 3, but Beal is going to challenge this.
After review of the Red Pocket Mobile Strike Zone Challenge, the call has been overturned to a ball.
And Beal got it right. Fastball just a bit low, and it's a full count. He took a flight from Omaha to Oakland, and then Ubered from Oakland to Modesto, where he met the team at Modern Woodman Field. Payoff pitch from Percival to Beal. And he got him swinging on a slider inside. Well, didn't want to leave the at-bat to the hands of the umpire, Scott Jones. Saw at least one more pitch and can't dispute a swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts for Percival, 1 down. Top of the lineup now for Oakland. Here's Cobb. First pitch to Trey is a slider outside for ball 1. Trey's been rocking the pink arm sleeve on this road trip thus far. He's wearing it on that right arm of his. Bright pink batting gloves as well. The 1-0 in the dirt with the breaking ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Cobb is the only Pioneer League player with at least 10 home runs and 25 stolen bases. On pace to have a 2020 season if he continues the pop. 2-0 is off the end of the bat, fouled back. And Trey upset with himself on that dead red fastball. Seems like Trey has been more emotional and upset with himself with some of the fastballs that he misses down the pipe. Sort of just talking at himself and just wishing that he had that pitch all over again. 2-1 is nubbed foul at the plate. 2-2. Already the 12 home runs, a new career high. Last year he had 8 home runs and just 16 stolen bases. So the speed's improved and the power's improved from last year. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Percival elevates a breaking ball and gets his 3rd strikeout of the day. Here's Isai Santos. Percival was primarily a reliever in the minor leagues, although he did make a handful of starts. In 136 career games in the minors, 35 of them were starts. Here's a left-handed batting Santos. First pitch is taken inside for ball 1. In 2023 and in 2024, those were the 2 years he was primarily a starter at either the Double-A or High-A levels. 1-0 pitch. Santos takes low. 2 balls and no strikes. And again, the Coast acquired him from the Lexington Legends for a player to be named later. Before Lexington, he was in the Mexican League, playing for Jalisco. 2-0. Santos pops it up behind the plate, third base side. Long run for Whittle. He runs out of room, and watch out. That one landing 2 rows into the stands, and it's picked up by a woman wearing a Long Beach cap on the ricochet. 2-1. Percival, who played for his dad when he was a coach at UC Riverside from 2018 to 2020. Holds at the belt, and the 2-1, excuse me, is low. 3 balls and a strike. Jake Allgaier on deck, no score. Base is empty, 2 outs. Hitters count for Santos. The 3-1 is taken outside for ball 4. Second walk issued by Percival. Santos on base for Allgaier. It's a lighter crowd today than yesterday. Tonight's promotion at Blair Field is Woof Wednesday, so see a couple of fans with their friendly canines taking in the action. First pitch to Allgaier is a fastball at the belt for a called strike, 0-1. Yesterday they had a great turnout, a $2 Tuesdays promotion, so it was jam-packed. Not very many empty seats. They were into it. They were lively. Created a fun atmosphere to start out the series. 0-1. Allgaier takes high with the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Percival really likes to take his time. Just received the ball, kind of looked up into the sky, spun around, and then now he's back on the bump. Turns and throws to first, and Santos is back in with the dive. He knows how long his routine takes out there on the mound, but he's willing to take all 15 to 18 seconds of that pitch clock. 1 ball, 1 strike. Santos runs. Allgaier checks his swing. The throw down to second is late. Was that a strike or a ball from the home plate umpire, Scott Jones? He called it a ball. Well, it looked like it was a pretty good pitch on the outside corner, and Allgaier checked his swing. So Isai collects his 9th stolen base of the year, and it's 2-1. Oakland testing the fairly new catcher, David Whittle, just signed from UC Riverside as another catching option for the roster. 2 balls and a strike. Percival looks at second twice, now throws, and it's a fastball outside for ball 3. Derek LaFerriere, their other backup catcher, placed on the injured list, so that's why they needed to sign another catcher in Whittle. Jaden Kalura on deck. 3-1. Allgaier fists one down the left field line. That is foul. Got jammed up and in with a heater and had that stayed fair. That was going to be a run for Oakland. Santos was going to score on that blue pit. Instead, it's a full count. There has not been much turnover on this Long Beach roster when you go down the list. And why would you need to turn over this roster considering how strong the first half went for them? Full count, 2 outs. Santos with his lead at second base. 3 looks at second. Now the pitch. And it's fouled away off to the left. Allgaier drew a 9-pitch walk in his first plate appearance against Percival, and he's trying to battle him again here. Three balls, 2 strikes. No score in the third. Percival holds, looks at second. 3-2 pitch is fouled away off to the left. I mean, it just seems like whenever Jake Allgaier's in the box, you got to strap in that seatbelt. You know you're in for a ride. It's going to be a solid couple of minutes between him and the pitcher. A disciplined eye, great back control, trying to do a job here. 3-2 from Percival. And it's high, ball 4. Not close. Allgaier draws his second walk of the game. And here is a mound visit from his father, Troy Percival. Nobody warming up in the bullpen for Long Beach. So Troy is going to talk to his son, Cole, and try and straighten things out for his son here again with Calora coming up to the plate. You can only imagine what these mound visits are like between father and son, manager and starting pitcher. Not your typical mound visit. So Santos at second, Allgaier at first. Baller's trying to draw first blood after Long Beach opened up the scoring yesterday. Calora has been struggling a bit at the plate. First real stretch of adversity. He's 4 for his last 26 at the plate. First pitch to the lefty is a fastball high for ball 1. Calora flying out to center in his first at-bat. By the way, that walk drawn by Allgaier, that was an 8-pitch walk he drew. Percival glances at second, the 1-0. And Calora rips one into right field. Barterwell chases after it. He's not going to get there. Deflects off of his glove and goes all the way to the wall. Santos scores. Allgaier stumbles around third base. The throw misses a cutoff man. And a head first belly flop of a slide by Allgaier. He is safe at the plate. It's a 2-run double as it stands for Jaden Calora to put the Ballers in front first, 2-0. Calora received a high fastball and whacked it 103 off the bat to right field. An easy score for Santos. And as Barterwell chased after the ball, he deflected it to the wall, which allowed Allgaier to hustle around third and score. They intentionally walk Ibarra, so he gets the free pass, and they will instead take their chances on Noah Blythe. Right on right, 2-0 Ballers. The first pitch is fouled off the catcher Whittle and back to the plate, back to the backstop, for strike 1. RBI 34 and 35 for Calora. He is standing at second. Ibarra's at first after the intentional walk. Percival has the pitch clock down to 3, 0-1. Blythe pops it up, and this will get out of play. Over the netting and into the stands, 0-2. It's got to be the third or fourth intentional walk in the last, week or so for Jeter? Do they count that here in the stat sheet? I think they just count it as a walk in general. There's no other category for intentional walks. No balls, 2 strikes on Blythe. 2 runs in for the Ballers in the third. 2-0 our lead. The pitch is bounced up the middle. Shortstop Monofield's belt high and underhands to second for the force out, and the inning is over. Ballers score first on this Wednesday. 2 runs on 1 hit and 3 walks. We head to the bottom of the third. 2-0 Oakland, our score on Ballers Radio.
Leading off the bottom of the third inning, number 11, Emilio Corona.
Home half of the third inning. Ballers have the first lead of the night. A 2-run double from Jaden Calora has Oakland on top 2-0. Hunter Day deals the first to Corona, and he throws a slider on the outside corner for a called strike 1. Corona, Mata, Whittle, bottom of the lineup against Day, who has struck out 2 through the first 2 innings. He deals the 0-1, and it's grounded softly foul down the third base line. No balls, 2 strikes on Emilio Corona, who delivered the big hit yesterday for Long Beach against the starter Hurley. A 2-run go-ahead homer to deep left center that traveled 411 feet. From the windup, the 0-2. Slider is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He got all of it, and it gave Long Beach a lead that they would not relinquish for the rest of the night. 1-2. Slider inside. They try the front door that. 2-2. 340 hitter, 14 home runs, 55 batted in for the former Arizona Wildcat. 2-2. Corona takes strike 3 at the top of the zone, and he's going to use a challenge. Pitch looked high. We'll see what the challenge says.
Pitch has been overturned to the ball.
And Corona got it right. It was high. That would have been Long Beach's last challenge had he not gotten it correct, but they retained their challenge. 1 left for the Coast. So here's a payoff pitch. And Corona fouls it back into the screen. Well, pitchers have to, I'm sure, reset quickly and regather their focus after striking out a guy, and then the challenge gets it overturned. 3-2, fastball on the outside corner, strike 3 called. And we have another challenge here from Corona. He's convinced that one was outside.
After review, the call has been overturned to a ball.
Well, Corona challenges twice, and he gets both of them right. Well, there's been 4 challenges in this game, and 3 of them have gone the other way. They have been overturned. So a leadoff walk drawn by Corona brings Anthony Mata to the plate. First pitch is a fastball down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Mata hitting .326, 2 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Day holds, now spins and throws to first, and back in standing is Corona. Middle infielders at double play depth. Day's 0-1 is bounced weakly to third. Allgaier fields, throws to second for 1 out. Leahy's turned to first. Got them both, double play. The second double play turned by the Ballers. This time they go around the horn. Allgaier to Leahy to Ibarra. And Hunter Day inducing more soft contact. 2 outs now for the 9-hitter, David Whittle. First pitch to Whittle. Right-handed bat takes a fastball on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Just his third game with the Coast, 0-1. Slider, outside corner, taken for a strike, and it's 0-2. He is 1 for 6. That one hit was a grand slam. His first at-bat with the Coast, he had a grand slam. 0-2 pitch is high, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Whittle, who completed his college career at UC Riverside. Day winds, and the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He gets him to chase a slider off the outside corner, and Hunter Day has faced the order for the first time and has 3 strikeouts, no runs allowed for the Ballers starting righty. 4th inning coming up. Ballers lead 2-0 on the Coast on Ballers Radio.
Traffic on the 405.
We are through 3 on this Wednesday night from Long Beach. Oakland and Long Beach facing off for a second time this week. Game 2 of this 3-game series. And the Ballers lead 2-0 as we head to the 4th. Paul Winland leads off for the Ballers against Cole Percival. And Percival deals a breaking ball down the middle for a called strike 1. Winland, Leahy, and Beal, the bottom of the lineup, dude up against Percival, who has fired 62 pitches through 3 innings. The 0-1. Winland checks his swing on a breaking ball, appeal down the down the third, and Pete Saucedo says he did not go. 1-1. Winland struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Percival holds, and the right-hander throws. Swing and a miss. On a high heater, 1-2. Tell you what, Percival has that high leg kick, sort of like his dad. When Troy Percival was pitching for the Angels and the Cardinals at one point. Former teammate of Aaron Miles. 1-2. Taken high and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Percival was at the tail end of his career with the Cardinals when Aaron Miles and him were teammates. 2-2. Percival rocks and throws. Winland hits a fly ball in the shallow left center. Long run for Corona. He calls off the left fielder Pelk, and he makes the grab. 1 down in the 4th. Let's take a look at our Pacific Pipe climb to the standings update. The teams that won yesterday were Billings, Boise, Long Beach, Missoula, Modesto, and Ogden. First pitch to Leahy is a breaking ball on the outside for a called strike 1. Billings has now won 6 in a row. Long Beach has won 5 in a row. Missoula and Ogden have won 4 in a row. 0-1 to Leahy. Breaking ball hit weakly the 3rd. That's easy for Lena, who fires across the diamond, and it's in time. 2 gone for Beal. The teams that lost yesterday, Glacier, Great Falls, Idaho Falls, Oakland, Red Pocket, and Yuba Sutter. Again, yesterday was the first day of the second half. The records reset to 0-0, and the second half of the season beginning with 2 more playoff spots up for grabs. First pitch to Beal. Shows bunt, pulls back, and takes the ball in the dirt. 1-0. Long Beach and Bill clinched their spots in the 2026 Pioneer League postseason. And there are 2 more spots up for grabs. Oakland trying to clinch a 3rd straight postseason berth. 1-0. Beal shows bunt, and he bunts it up the third base side of the mound. Percival slides, throws to first. It's not in time. Miles Beal lays down the bunt with the third baseman Lena playing back. And he laid it down to the left of the mound. Lena could not even rush in there in time. It was the pitcher Percival who tried to field it on a slide and then an off-balance throw, but it was well too late. So a bunt single extends the inning, and here comes Jermaine Cobb. First pitch to Trey is taken on the outside for a called strike, going 1. Glacier has now lost 4 in a row. Yuba Sutter has lost 5 in a row after Oakland swept them over the weekend. They fell to Modesto yesterday. 0-1. Cobb fouls the breaking ball off the catcher Whittle, and it's 0-2. So that's your Pacific Pipe climb to the top of the standings updates. We will be certainly monitoring the standings day in, day out here in this second half. 0-2, now they got Beal hung up in the rundown. Vest, the first baseman, throws to the second baseman, Jablonski, and then Jablonski throws to Vest, who tags out Beal, and the inning is over. So he gets picked off with 2 outs in the 4th, and we head down to the bottom of the 4th. Ballers lead 2-0 on Ballers Radio.
Leading off the bottom of the bullpen, number 7, Eddie Bell.
Bottom 4 here from Long Beach. Coast up to bat, beginning with the top of the lineup. Eddie Pelk, Dylan Lena, and Cooper Vest against Hunter Day. Righties first to Pelk is lined into right field for a base hit. Past the diving Leahy. It's the first hit of the game for Long Beach. He had gone 2 on via walks, but after 3 no-hit scoreless innings for Day, he surrenders his first hit of the game. And here comes Dylan Lena. Second time through the lineup now for Day, who fanned 3, gave up 2 walks, induced a couple double play ground balls. First pitch to Lena is blasted high and deep to right center. Santos saunters over to his left and makes the catch in the gap for the first out. First time through the lineup, Pelk and Lena took the first pitch fastballs. This time they were sitting on them and attacked. And that time Lena flied out to deep right center for the first out. Oakland holds a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. 1 out for Vest. The first baseman hitting .326 with 9 home runs and 55 batted in. And he takes the ball off the outside, 1-0. Struck out swinging in his first at-bat against Day, who holds at the belt. Righty throws, and Vest hits a chopper to second, fielded by Leahy. Throws to second for 1 out. Cobb's turn to first, not in time. Pelk forced out at second. Vest reaches on the fielder's choice. 2 outs for Bardowell. When you have a team like Long Beach, I mean, almost all their hitters, or the best hitters on their team in their respective conferences. Here's Bardowell, who takes a fastball down the middle for a strike, 0-1. You see the batting averages on this team. There's a lot of 300 averages, over 320s, even some 340s in this lineup. 0-1. Bardowell fouls it back, and it's 0-2. You got Pelk at 387, Bardowell 348, Best 344, Corona 340. There's a lot of highly advanced hitters in this lineup, which has made them so dangerous. Here's the 0-2, and it's a breaking ball outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. But it hasn't necessarily been their offense that's done the heavy lifting. The pitching has been the best in the league. Day throws. Bardowell takes outside with a fastball, 2-2. Long Beach leads the Pioneer League in ERA, and they don't walk very many batters. Fewest walks allowed in the league as well. Deuce is wild, the 2-2 pitch. Bardowell takes off the outside with a slider, and it's a full count. Cuba Bess, the designated hitter, is on deck. Vest at first will be on the move. 3-2 is line foul down the right field line. Bardowell in his first year out of Cal State Fullerton. Riverside City College alum, then played at Cal State Fullerton the last 2 seasons. Three and 2. Here it is. And Bardowell fouls it back into the screen. He is a native of Fontana, just north of Riverside, west of San Bernardino. Two nothing Ballers, 2 outs, man on first in the 4th. The 3-2 is just a bit outside for ball 4. A great spot, but just couldn't quite get the call as he looked to paint that lower outside corner with a slider. Third walk issued by Day, and there's 2 outs, men on second and first for Cuba Bess. Bess lined out to first time around. First pitch, changeup is on the outside for a strike, 0-1. Can Hunter Day escape here against the heart of the lineup? Vest at second, Bardwell at first. A look at second, the 0-1. Rolled foul over towards the first base dugout. Troy Percival sticks out the foot to try and block that baseball from reaching the dugout. 0-2. A fourth inning test for Hunter Day in just his 4th start of the year. Delivers in 0-2. Fastball high. I think that's where Calora wanted that heater. 1-2. Now you can set up the changeup or even the slider. Down and in. Where does he go to here? A look at second, the 1-2. Changeup ripped in the right field, a base hit. And it rolls all the way into the corner. Vest scores. Bardwell rounds third. They're going to wave him home. Leahy's relay throw to the plate is late. The throw skips by Calora. It's backed up by Day. And it's a 2-run double for Cuba Bess, which evens the score at 2 here in the 4th. It was a changeup, but it was a hanger. And Cuba Bess ripped it 109 miles an hour down the right field line. 5th in the league in runs batted in. That's now 66 and 67 RBI for Bess. 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk. Here's Jablonski, who takes up and away for ball 1. Two our score now in the last of the 4th on that game-tying double from Bess. He's at second. 1-0. Jablonski fouls it back to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. A single, fly out to center, a fielder's choice, and a 2-out walk and a 2-out double. 2-run double. 1-1. Jablonski hits a fly ball deep to left into the corner. Long run for Beal. And did he make the catch? He slams into the wall and he caught it. Are you kidding? You could hear the wall being slammed into. Miles Beal runs it down. His teammates out of the dugout. They tip the cap to the left fielder. What a play to run down that fly ball. And it keeps the game tied at 2 as we head to the 5th on Ballers Radio. 2-2 our score as we head to the fifth. Tremaine Cobb leads off against Cole Percival, and he bounces the first pitch off the diving glove of the third baseman Lena. It rolls in the shallow left field, and Cobb is hustling for second. Here's the throw, the tag, and Cobb is out. He can't believe the call from the third base umpire, Pete Saucedo, but Cobb gambles on a ground ball deflected by the third baseman Lena. It rolled in the shallow left, and he tried to take an extra base, and he is thrown out. Pelk to the second baseman Jablonski, and Cobb thought he got underneath the tag. He is still furious after getting thrown out. Here's Santos. First pitch is a changeup low for ball one. Boy, we're still catching our breath after that remarkable play by Miles Beal in left field. One of the best defensive plays we have seen this year. 1-0 pitch to Santos. Fastball is low, 2-0. I mean, he went into the wall full speed to make that backhanded catch in foul ground before colliding into the wall and hanging on to the baseball. 2-0 pitch to Santos from Percival. And it's up and away with a fastball, 3-0. I mean, Jablonski sent that the other way. It was going to be just foul by a little bit. And when you're thinking if that ball's just going to drop foul, you just see Beal fly in, hit the wall hard, and he hangs on. 3-0 fastball at the belt, called a strike. It's 3-1. Either way, his entire dugout, out of the dugout, to congratulate and tip the cap for the newcomer. 3-1. Santos grounds it foul down the first base line, 3-2. That'll certainly help you make some friends along the way. I know he's been with the team for about 10 days. Still adjusting to this team. That will certainly help. Full count on Santos with 1 out and the base is empty. Percival throws, and Santos whacks it foul. Just got a piece behind the plates. And that was a play, too, for Miles. A redemption play after getting picked off at first in the fourth inning. Certainly made up for that with that outstanding catch. 3-2. Isai hits a hard ground ball up the middle. It's fielded by Mata, and from shallow center, the throw to first is in time. Oh my goodness, what a play from Mata. Terrific defense by both teams in the last inning. Isai hammered that ball on the ground and hit the mound and took a big hop from Mata, the shortstop, who fielded that ball in shallow center and made an off-balance throw on target to first base, and they got Santos by a half step. Wow. 2 outs for Allgaier. Great defense the last couple of batters. First pitch to Allgaier is inside for ball one. I mean, he's got that type of range. Troy Percival has talked about it before, that he's got elite range at short. Pitch to Allgaier's line, softly at the shortstop. Mata, a little bit easier for him this time as he makes an ankle-high catch. And the side is retired. 1 hit, none left for Oakland in the fifth. Halfway home here on this Wednesday. It's 2-2 on Ballers Radio. halfway home on this Wednesday night from Long Beach. My name's Gareth Kwok for Ballers Radio. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a good one so far. Ballers and Coast tied at 2. Bottom of the 5th, Emilio Corona takes a fastball down the middle from Hunter Day for strike 1. Corona, Mata, and Whittle, bottom of the lineup, dude up against Day. 0-1. Fastball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Time now for our time to chat with G and TP. And my question for you all today out there on the stream, 1-1 is outside, 2 balls and a strike. I've learned that today, July 15th, is celebration of the Horse Day. 2-1 pitch is blooped into shallow right field. Nobody's there, and it drops in front of Blythe for a base hit. The UN recognizes World Horse Day on July 11th. There's a National Horse Day on December 13th, but today is celebration of the Horse Day on this July 15th. And I don't know how many of you are in the horses or watch the horse races, but I guess my question is, what would you name your horse if you got a horse? First pitch to Mata is a fastball on the outside for strike 1. I know a lot of those horse races and the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont, they all have to be names, not proper names or proper nouns. Here's a grounder foul down the first base line. It's 0-2. Some of them, I think, from this year, from the Kentucky Derby. Well, the winner, of course, was Golden Tempo, who not only won the Kentucky Derby, but here's a pitch to Mata, and he goes down swinging on a slider for strike 3. 4 strikeouts for Hunter Day. 1 out in the 5th. Golden Tempo won the Belmont Stakes as well. 2 out of 3 in the Triple Crown. There's one of the horses, called So Happy, I believe. Let's go through some of the list here. Renegade was the favorite. Here's a throw over to first. And back in diving is Corona. Chief Wallaby, Commandment, Further Ado are some of the favorites in that race. Runner goes, pitches outside. Calora's throw on one knee, doesn't have enough on it, and it's not in time. Corona steals his 23rd base of the season. He is 5th in stolen bases in the league. So the go-ahead run at second for Long Beach with 1 out in the 5th. Whittle took ball 1 outside. Day looks at second, and the 1-0 inside nearly hits Whittle. 2 balls and no strikes. There's some very memorable names. Memorable horse names over the last couple of years. 2-0. Whittle hits a line drive in the center for a base hit, and they're going to send the runner home. Here's a throw from Santos. It's offline, and Corona scores. David Whittle with just his 2nd hit as a Coast catcher. And it brings home Emilio Corona from second base, and Long Beach takes its first lead of the day, 3-2 here in the 5th. He's got 2 hits, and both of them have driven in runs. Top of the lineup, here's Eddie Pelk for a 3rd time. First pitch, fastball at the belt for a strike, 0-1. Secretariat, of course, the undefeated Triple Crown legend. The pitch is lined foul down the left field line, 0-2. Barbaro, of course, a crowd favorite. American Pharaoh, who won the Triple Crown. So let me know what you would name your horse on the celebration of the Horse Day on this July the 15th. 0-2. Pelk leaves it in the dirt low for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's sort of a weird time in the calendar because I think today is the ESPYs. There's really none of the 4 major sports playing today. Pitch to Pelk is hooked foul down the right field line. And minor league baseball, their all-star break coincides with the Major League All-Star break, so we won't have really an AC Transit road to the show for you. 3-2 Long Beach here in the bottom of the 5th. The 1-2 to Eddie Pelk is lined sharply in the right field. Blythe broke in, now goes back and makes the catch. And back to first goes Whittle. 2 outs for Dylan Lena. The Pioneer League and was it the Frontier League? That I believe are the only 2 independent leagues that play during the All-Star break. First pitch to Lena is hit high and deep to right. Blythe breaks back. He still is going on the warning track, and he makes the catch. What an interesting route taken by Blythe there, going back and then moving sharply to his left to make the catch and end the inning. Long Beach takes the lead with a run in on 2 hits. And we head to the 6th. Ballers have work to do, down by 1. It's 3-2, Coast. Calora, Ibarra, and Blythe coming up on Ballers Radio. Top 6 here from Long Beach. Ballers now trail for the first time tonight, down 3-2 against the Coast, looking to even this series a game apiece and grab their first win of the second half. We have a professional debut coming for Long Beach. It's the right-hander Jonathan Kozowski from Point Loma Nazarene, who deals his first pitch as a pro to Jaden Calora. And Calora takes a fastball outside for ball 1. Just added to the roster today, the 22-year-old from L.A. makes his pro debut after 4 years at Division II Point Loma Nazarene. Holds at the belt, 1-0. Calora golfs it high in the shallow right center. Jablonski backpedals. This one way up in there, and he makes the catch with 2 hands for the first outs.
First baseman, Jeter Ibarra.
Well, let me go through some of the comments. Again, my question for you all during our fifth inning chat GTP segment was, what would you name your horse if you had a horse for today's apparently celebration of Horse Day? Kenneth Siller said Thunderbolt as his horse name. Here's Ibarra, first pitch. Jeter takes a breaking ball inside, ball one. Kat Christian said the name would depend on the breed and attitude. We'll love an Apalopsa. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Aaron Blaylock said taco meat. 1-0. Low and in. 2-0. Dr. DeViz said Oakland forever. We love that. Becky Acosta said, I don't think I can name a horse without meeting it first. It needs to fit the individual. That's a very logical response. 2-0. Inside, 3 balls, no strikes. Ibarra was intentionally walked back in the third. He's reached base twice today. And Kozowski fires a 3-0. Ibarra watches a strike, a slider down the middle, 3-1. Kozowski at the belt high set, kicks and throws. Ibarra takes a breaking ball down the middle for strike 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jeter's going to use his timeout. Kozowski was teammates with Isai Santos back at Point Loma Nazarene. Ibarra in the box, and he waits for a 3-2. And he takes low for ball 4. So he pitches to him carefully, draws the walk with 1 out, and here comes Noah Blythe. Santos, who finished his college career at Point Loma Nazarene just for 1 season in 2024. Here's Noah Blythe, right-handed bat, first pitch. Fouled back into the screen for strike 1. And their 2024 Point Loma Nazarene team won a Pac West championship, earned a spot in the Division II College World Series. Didn't see if the two reconnected earlier today, but I'm sure they will. 0-1. Blythe takes outside with a slider. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tattooing with Ben said, I named mine Pie Oh My, Sopranos reference. Baller's Love said hot dog. 1-1. Fastball, knee high, called a strike, and it's 1-2. Or Isai Santos. I mean, you could really go down the rabbit hole with that. I wonder how long it takes for some of these owners to figure out names. Although you know the hand you're dealt. 1-2. Blythe fouls it off the glove of Whittle. Still 1-2. Given that you can't name your horse a proper noun. But a lot of the options have already been taken by previous horses. One ball, 2 strikes. Ibarra at first. He's the tying run. Baller's down by a run. And Kozowski deals. Blythe, it's a line drive in the right center for a base hit. Ibarra froze on contact, advances to second base. And the Ballers have 2 men on with 1 out for Paul Winland. And here comes Troy Percival. That was Kozowski's 3rd batter, so Percival can make a pitching change if he wants to. There is a lefty warming up for Long Beach. Well, this would be a short leash for Kozowski. in his pro debut if he sees only 3 batters. Percival has not pointed to the bullpen just yet. His son pitched well in just his second start of the year. Cole pitching 5 innings, allowing 2 runs on 4 hits with 4 walks and 3 strikeouts. And right now, he's in line for the victory. And his dad, Troy Percival, walks back to the dugout, and he's leaving the reliever in, Kozowski. So he's just giving time for his lefty to warm up. Winland, the batter. Tying run at second, go-ahead run at first here in the 6th for the Ballers. First pitch. Winland takes in the dirt. On a breaking ball, ball 1. Paul is 0 for 2. He has struck out swinging and flied out to center. A waist tie set. Right-hander throws. And Winland swings and misses at a fastball at 93. 1-1 the count. Jonathan Kozowski, who signed with Long Beach today. 4-pitch mix, a fastball, curve, changeup, and slider. 1-1. Winland flies it down the left field line. It's a long run for Eddie Pelk, and he watches it go into the Ballers bullpen for a foul ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ballers have scored their only 2 runs. That was back in the 3rd on a 2-run double from Calora. The 1-2 pitch is taken inside with a fastball. 2-2. The Waka Flocka Flame from the organist Jeff Liffman, sitting to my right. He can play all the tunes. 2-2. The pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. He gets him on a curveball on the outside. 2 outs. Leahy to bat. And Kozowski certainly is going to face Leahy here. Troy Percival would not send his lefty out here in this situation because Leahy loves lefties. Instead, Leahy faces the rookie Kozowski in his pro debut, trying to pitch a scoreless 6th. 3-2 Coast, top of the 6th. 2 men on, 2 men out. First pitch, fastball, knee high, called a strike. 0-1. Ballers have 2 runs on 5 hits. 4 left stranded thus far. Kozowski fires, and Leahy takes a fastball low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Oakland is 1 for 3 today with runners in scoring position. 1-1 the count. Kozowski throws. Breaking ball taken at the top of the zone for a called strike, and now Leahy wants to challenge.
After review, the call has been overturned to the ball.
Call's been overturned. Leahy got it right. Oakland still has both challenges left. So the count is 2-1. That's the 4th call overturned by either side. Kozowski holds 2-1. Watch out. Fastball up and in, and Leahy has to spin out of the way. My goodness. I feel like he's taken a lot of pitches up and in and have just buzzed his tower. And boy, that one too close for comfort right there. Up and in, helmet high from Kozowski. Leahy already injured the hand a couple weeks ago in Modesto. 3-1 pitch. Fastball lifted. Deep to right center, but Bardwell moves over to his right and makes the catch to end the inning. A walk, a single, but they're left stranded at second and first by Kozowski in his first inning as a pro. Bottom six coming up. It's 3-2 Coast on Ballers Radio. Bottom six, Coast up to bat. Long Beach leads 3-2 on your Ballers. And it's a call to the bullpen for Oakland the first time today as Michael Riley takes over for Hunter Day on the mound. Riley, 24 years of age from Scottsdale, Arizona, and he comes in for an 11th time this season. Faces Cooper Vest, the first baseman. First pitch is a fastball high for ball one. The numbers for Riley this year: this is his 11th appearance, a 2-1 record, 29 strikeouts in 25 2/3 innings. He has walked 20. 1-0 is grounded foul down the first base line. 1 ball and 1 strike. He last threw on Friday against Yuba Sutter. He was the starting pitcher for the Ballers. Did well through the first 3 innings before eventually running into trouble in the 4th against the Freebirds. 1-1 is popped up, shallow left. Beal sprints in, and he watches it drop inside the line for a fair ball. It's a blue pit for Cooper Vest to open up the 6th. Riley pitched the 4 innings in scoreless fashion on Friday before then failing to record an out in the 5th. Gave up a single, gave up back-to-back singles, and then a 2-run homer to Chamizo before he eventually was replaced. Ballers would win that game in walk-off fashion. Here's Matthew Bardwell. First pitch is a fastball on the outside for a strike. 0-1. Hunter Day pitched well in his 4th start of the year. 5 innings, 3 runs allowed, 4 hits, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts, matching his season high. 0-1. Bardwell fouls it back for strike 2. He is in line for the loss, though, if this result holds. Ballers hoping to change that to at least a no decision. Bardwell is 0 for 1 with the walk and a run scored. Riley holds at the belt high set, now throws, and a breaking ball misses low. 1-2. Riley was acquired during the second weekend of the season from the Tri-City Valley Cats in exchange for a player to be named later. 1-2. Breaking ball, got him swinging. Strike 3. He delivers a slider low and away, and he gets Bartowell to chase for his first strikeout. 1 down. Riley's been a jack of all trades for Aaron Miles in his first year in the Pioneer League. Rookie out of Cal State Bakersfield. He has started games. He has come in some high leverage situations. He has pitched in bulk relief. And the first pitch to Bess is a breaking ball high for ball 1. Rocking the green and white stirrups for today. Likes to show off the socks. The pitch is fouled back into the padding for strike 1. Might be the only one that rocks the socks. "24-year-old nods ahead, now comes set at the belt versus Bess. 1-1. Outside with the changeup, 2-1. Bess tied the score in the 4th, a 2-run double down the right field line off of Day. Even the score at 2. It's a 3-2 Coast lead. 2-1. Bess gets under this and pops it up. Behind second, Cobb, the shortstop, calls and makes the catch. And luckily he was able to find it in this twilight sky, because I saw Noah Blythe out there in right throw out his hands. He didn't see the ball off the jump, and I think Leahy hesitated for a second before eventually seeing that ball drift towards Cobb at shortstop. 2 outs for Jablonski. Switch hitter batting lefty. First pitch is hammered deep to right center. Blythe is on the run, and it is gone. Jacob Jablonski hits his 13th homer of the year, and it's his 7th against the Ballers. 2-run shot extends Long Beach's lead to 3. It's now a 5-2 Coast advantage. "398 feet to right center at 106 miles an hour, the exit velocity." It's a 2-run homer to put Long Beach in front now, 5-2. Here's Corona, and he takes a fastball outside, ball 1. So more than half of Jablonski's homers have been hit against the Ballers this year. Corona swings and misses at a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looked like he was hunting that slider low and in, and he just hammered it. 1-1. Corona takes outside with a slider, 2 balls and a strike. Long Beach has now scored 5 unanswered runs after Oakland scored the game's first 2 in the 3rd. Riley's 2-1. Check swing and a miss on the breaking ball. No appeal needed, and it's 2-2. The Ballers in the bottom of the, in the top of the 7th will have Beal, Cobb, and Santos. Riley adjusts his grip in his glove, now winds. 2-2. Slider low, full count. Three balls and 2 strikes. Riley winds, a 3-2. Breaking ball is low and away, ball 4. Two-out walk. Here comes Anthony Mata. Well, 2-run homer hurts, but it's a 3-run game. That's not a big lead in the Pioneer League. As Mata stands in, he's 0 for 2. First pitch is down and away, ball 1. Obviously, the bullpen needs to keep it at a manageable deficit so that the offense can give the team a chance. 1-0. Mata pops it up. In foul ground, Ibarra, the first baseman, waves off Calora, camps behind the baseball and makes the catch in front of the coach's box to end the inning. But Long Beach scores 2 more on 2 hits. Jacob Jablonski takes Riley deep to right center. And the Ballers now trail by 3 as we head to the 7th. 5-2 Coast on Ballers Radio. Two-thirds of the way through on this Wednesday from Long Beach, and the Ballers offense has work to do. Down by 3, 5-2 Coast. Miles Beal leads off against a new lefty, Jake Dixon, who fires a fastball low and away for ball 1. 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th for the Coast on the 2-run home run from Jablonski. And Troy Percival turns to his second reliever at the bullpen in the lefty Dixon. The tall lefty deals to Beal, and Beal pops it up in the shallow right. Long run for the 3 defenders in a diving attempt. None of them can get it. It drops in for a base hit. Beal hustles into second base, and he's got a leadoff double. A blooper down the right field line. The right fielder, Barnwell, the second baseman, Jablonski, and the first baseman, Vest, all converged and all dove simultaneously. And none of the 3 could come up with the baseball, and that allowed Beal to race around first base and head into second. And it's his first extra base hit as a baller. Just his 4th hit as a baller. He's 2 for 3. And here's Tremaine Cobb in the top of the lineup for the Ballers. First pitch to Trey is in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Whittle for ball 1. Dixon, 25 years of age, from Clovis, California. He was with Troy Percival in Idaho Falls last year. 6'4", 210 pounds. Rather, he just celebrated his 26th birthday 10 days ago. 1-0. Cobb hits a fly ball to left. Pelk broke back. Now comes in to make the catch. And Beal holds at second base. 1 away. Cobb now 1 for 4 today. Here's Isai Santos. The numbers for Dixon thus far: 23rd appearance, a 2-0 record, 5.47 ERA, 22 strikeouts in 24 and 2/3 innings. One of Troy Percival's main guys out of the bullpen. It's a left-on-left matchup between him and Santos. First offering is a slider low and outside for ball one. Ballers scored their only 2 runs of the game back in the third on a 2-run double from Calora. Long Beach has since scored 5 unanswered. 1-0. Santos slaps it foul off to the left. 1-1. Jonathan Kozowski, in his pro debut, pitched a scoreless 6th. Now it's Dixon who takes over here in the 7th. 1 ball, 1 strike. An inside move forces Beal back to second base. Santos is 0 for 2 with the walk and a run scored. 0 for his last 10. 1-1. Popped up. Shallow center. Corona broke back. Now he's sprinting in, and he makes the catch in shallow center. Dixon got Santos to fly out on that high slider. And Jake Allgaier, the switch hitting third baseman, will now bat with 2 outs and a man on second. Allgaier batting from the right side. First pitch. Jake takes up and in with a fastball, ball 1. Against lefties this year, he's batting .269, 7 hits, and 26 at-bats. If you're wondering who are the best hitters against left-handed pitching are on this team, as Allgaier takes a ball off the outside, 2-0, it's Nick Leahy and Noah Blythe. Blythe is hitting .440, and Leahy is batting .407. Ibarra is hitting .333. He's in the hole. 2-0. Allgaier takes a fastball on the outside for a called strike. He shook his head in disagreement with the home plate umpire, Scott Jones. The Ballers do have both their challenges remaining, but Allgaier will opt to not use one here. Five-2 Coast. 2 outs in the 7th. 2-1. Fastball, outside corner, called a strike, and now Allgaier wants to challenge.
After review, the call has been overturned to a ball.
Call's been overturned. Oakland is 3 for 3 with its challenges. There have been 6 challenges in this game, and 5 of them have been overturned. So it's 3-1 on Allgaier. Calora on deck. Dixon throws, and that's well outside, ball 4. And is Calora going to bat here against Dixon or not? He's not. Oakland will use a pinch hitter, and it's going to be Demias Jimerson to bat. He's going to come off the bench for a second straight game. Jimerson pinch hit yesterday and singled in his first at-bat as a baller. And with 2 men on and 2 out, the tying run at the plate, he stands in the righty box in a big spot. Right-handed bat awaits the first, and he takes a fastball down the middle for a strike. And is he going to use a challenge? Oh, he used a challenge.
After review, the pitch is confirmed a strike.
And that one confirmed a strike, and Well, there was really no question about that. That was right down the pipe. So now Oakland down to one challenge remaining. No balls in the strike. Jimerson, the former Billings Mustangs outfielder, in his second game with the Ballers now. 0-1. Check swing and a foul down the first base line. 0-2. Jimerson was acquired by the Ballers on July 6th for a player to be named later. 26 years of age, played 22 games for the Mustangs and batted .422 before he was dealt to Oakland. Dixon looks at second. Now the 0-2. And Jimerson strikes out swinging on a high fastball to end the inning. Ballers strand a pair in the seventh and do not score. Time to stretch here in Long Beach. It's 5-2 Coast on Ballers Radio. It's a Planet Fitness seventh inning stretch. Your seventh inning stretch brought to you by Planet Fitness. Bottom seven, 5-2 Long Beach. David Whittle, the catcher, leads off and takes a ball off the outside. 1-0 against Michael Riley. 5-2 Coast. Long Beach has scored in each of the past 3 innings. 5 unanswered runs for the Coast. 1-0. Whittle hits a deep fly ball to left center. Beal drifts back, settles behind the baseball, and makes the catch for the first downs. Top of the lineup, here comes Eddie Pelk. Let's take a look at some scores around the Pioneer League or out-of-town scoreboard on this second day of the second half. The Billings Mustangs grab their second win of the second half, a 9-6 victory over Great Falls, as Pelk takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. I forgot. Here's the pitch. Broken bat, pop-up foul down the first base line, 0-2. I forgot their game was suspended yesterday due to rain, so they had to finish that game. Billings won 9-6, and in the second game they lead 10-4. So there's a chance they advance to 2-0. Idaho Falls evens the series against Ogden, an 8-6 win over the Raptors. Missoula leads 9-4 on Glacier. Red Pocket holds a 5-4 lead on Boise in the top of the ninth. And in the bottom of the fifth, Modesto leads 4-2 on Yuba Sutter. 0-2 to Pelk. He grabs a new bat and takes a ball in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pelk is 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. Riley winds, 1-2. Slider, just a bit inside, 2-2. So Billings on the verge of winning their second in a row and going to 2-0. 2-2 pitch to Pelk. Popped up on the left side to the infield. The third baseman, Allgaier, spreads the arms wide, and he makes the catch. That did not look all that smooth from Jake, because at the very last second, he moved to his left, and then he just kind of made the catch off his hip with one hand. 2 outs for Lena. Here's Lena, the third baseman. Zula has a chance to go 2-0. Here's a first pitch ball in the dirt, 1-0. And Red Pocket trying to grab their first win of the second half, after they were in last place all of the first half. 1-0. Lena rolls it softly to third. Allgaier plays the long hop, now charges and throws to first in time to end the inning. Michael Riley goes 3 up, 3 down in the 7th. The Bats need to wake up. Oakland trails by 3 as we head to the 8th, 5-2 Coast on Ballers Radio. Top 8 here from Blair Field in Long Beach. The Ballers looking for a late rally. Down by 3. Coast 5, Ballers 2 as we enter the 8th. Jake Dixon, the lefty, remains in the game after dealing a scoreless 7th and stranding 2 on. He faces the Pioneer League's home run leader, Jeter Ibarra, first in the 8th inning. First pitch to the lefty is a changeup blowing outside for ball 1. Ibarra, Blythe, and Wendland, a lefty, righty, and a lefty, to face the southpaw Dixon. 1-0 pitch is a slider outside, 2-0. Ibarra has reached base 3 times today with the opposite field single in the 2nd, an intentional walk in the 3rd, and a walk in the 6th. 2-0 from Dixon. Fastball popped up behind third base. Lena, the third baseman, has room and foul ground, and he runs into the fence, and it bounces foul off the netting. Took a hard hit off that side fence. Appears to be okay. And Ibarra is given second life. It's 2-1 the count. Nightfall here in Long Beach. We will play one more game tomorrow night, the series finale. 6:35 first pitch. We'll go live with the Ballers pregame show at 6:15. 2-1. Dixon delivers, and Ibarra fouls it off down the left field line, 2-2. The Ballers have 2 runs on 6 hits. No errors. Long Beach has scored 5 runs on 6 hits. No errors. Dixon deals. 2-2 is cut on and missed, strike 3. He blew the fastball by him up in the zone. Jake Dixon has struck out his last 2 batters, dating back to the one he struck out Jimerson on in the 7th. 1 away for Blythe. Blythe sees lefties very well. The first offering from Dixon. Swing and a miss. On the high fastball, 0-1. Blythe hitting .440 against lefties. 11 hits in 25 at-bats. Trying to start an 8th inning rally. 0-1. Well outside with a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The closer for Long Beach, Zach Volker, is warming up in right field. This is setting up perfectly for the Coast and for Troy Percival. 1-1. Blythe takes an inside fastball for a strike, and it's 1-2. Both teams with 1 challenge remaining. Dixon throws, and Blythe fouls it back into the screen. One for 3 with a single, back in the 6th. Family's been in town every time we've been here in Long Beach. His grandpa, girlfriend, other family members in attendance throughout the week. Last time we were here in Long Beach. 1-2. Popped up foul over towards first. There have been lots of visiting player ticket requests from the Ballers here in Long Beach between Blythe and Jake Villar, Matt Maloney, the Huntington Beach native. 1-2. Blythe hits a roller to second. It's fielded by Jablonski, and his throw to first is in time. 2 away. Winland is not going to bat. Instead, it's going to be Brendan O'Sullivan to pinch it for Winland. That leaves Connor Smith as the only available player off the bench now for the Ballers.
Presented, please, pinch hitting from Oakland, number 8, Brendan O'Sullivan.
So O'Sullivan will bat as he comes off the bench here, trying to spark a 2-out rally. 3-run lead for the Coast, 5-2 here in the 8th. First pitch to O'Sullivan is a fastball on the inside for a called strike 1. O'Sullivan, the Pleasanton native, rookie out of the University of the Pacific, is batting .289. The pitch, swing and a miss. On the fastball, it's 0-2. 5 runs batted in, no home runs for O'Sullivan, who's going to use his timeout, step out of the batter's box, and re-enter. Leahy would be on deck if O'Sullivan can reach. 0-2 from Dixon. Inside with a slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dixon is ready. Left-handers 1-2. Is a fastball off the plate outside. 2-2. Former Indians draft pick back in 2019 out of high school. Pitched at Fresno State for 5 seasons. The 2-2 from Dixon to O'Sullivan is hit foul down the right field line. Third pro season for Dixon after spending last year in Idaho Falls and in Ottawa. The 2-2 pitch from Dixon on the way. It's hit on the ground into right center for a base hit. O'Sullivan does his job off the bench, puts the ball in play, and shoots it up the middle for a 2-out single. And here's Nick Leahy. And that might be it for Dixon, as here comes Troy Percival. And he has made the point to right field. He's going to turn to his closer for a 4-out save. Long Beach ahead by 3, 5-2. Leahy up to bat when we return. 5-2 Coast in the 8th with 2 outs on Ballers Radio. Troy Percival is turning to his closer for a potential 4-out save. Long Beach leads by 3, 5-2. O'Sullivan at first base. Nick Leahy up to bat for the Ballers. And it's the hard-throwing right-hander Zach Volker who comes in now for Long Beach. He is the Pioneer League's saves leader with 9 this season. 44 strikeouts in 29 innings, a 4.66 ERA for Volker. And he faces Leahy with O'Sullivan at first and 2 down. The tying run is on deck in Miles Beal. Righty versus righty, a spin throw to first, and diving in safely is O'Sullivan. Dixon, the lefty, pitched an inning and 2/3 of scoreless relief. 2 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. He is responsible for O'Sullivan at first. First pitch from Volker on the way. Fastball line foul down the right field line. 0-1. Volker can dial up the fastball to as high as 96, 97. That one at a much more tempered 92. 0-1 the pitch. Leahy fouls it back into the screen. That one at 93. And it's 0-2. Volker, 25 years of age, from Granite Bay, California. Last year pitched with Yuba Sutter. He's at a belt high set, and he fires an 0-2 pitch to Leahy. Fastball up and away. 94 that time with the heat. 1-2. One and two. The pitch. Cut on him, miss, strike three. 94 up and in, and he gets Leahy swinging to end the inning. Coast ahead by 3, 5-2 on Ballers Radio.
It's not. It's a little better. You got 2 free tickets to any postgame this season, and I want to see you bring that same energy. We'd love to have you back.
Last of the 8th. Long Beach looking for a couple more insurance runs. They lead 5-2 on the Ballers. Michael Riley remains in the game. He's done a nice job in relief despite just really one mistake, and that was a 2-run homer to Jacob Jablonski. Third inning of relief for Riley. He deals to Vest, and it's a fastball on the inside for a called strike 1. Coast 5, Ballers 2. A win for Long Beach would be their 6th consecutive win and their 7th consecutive win against the Ballers. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and the count's now 0-2. The victory would also mark their 4th series victory over the Ballers this year. Riley deals an 0-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. He gets by Calora, goes to the backstop, and the throw to first base is going to be late. So it's a strikeout swinging for Riley, but the ball got past Calora on, I'm not so sure if it was a pass ball or a wild pitch. We'll call it a wild pitch for now. Either way, it puts the leadoff man aboard. Here is Bardowell. First pitch to Bardowell. He takes high for ball 1. Oakland scored the game's first 2 runs in the 3rd. 1-0. Breaking ball smacked to right center field. That's down for a hit. Vest stops at second. Bardowell's got a base hit with nobody out, and here's Cuba Bess. officially called a pass ball on that strikeout swinging. You give Long Beach free bases, they will hurt you. And there haven't been as many as yesterday. First pitch, Best takes a fastball low, ball one. Only 4 walks. But the pass ball there puts Best now at second. Riley's 1-0. Best rips it to right field. That's down for potential extra bases. Vest scores from third. Bardowell held at third. And Cuba Best has his second double of the day. And Long Beach now leads by 4, 6-2.
Number 27, Jacob.
Those 3 are a problem. Vest, Bardowell, and Bess. A run in on 2 hits. Jim Dietrich, the pitching coach, is walking out to the mound to talk with Riley. Well, if that pass ball didn't happen, it would be a man on third and a man on second, no run across, but that's just how big that pass ball was after the strikeout swinging from Vest. Oakland umpire Scott Jones is going to go out to break up the mound visit. I see a ball being tossed down the left field, but don't know who's warming up because it is hard to see who is warming up with our vantage point obstructed. So with men on second and third and Long Beach holding a 4-run lead, the infield is in for Oakland. Jacob Jablonski, the batter. First pitch is a breaking ball tapped foul on the ground to first. 0-1. Jablonski took Riley deep to right center back in the 6th inning with a 2-run home run. That gave Long Beach a 3-run lead. 0-1 in the dirt. Good block by Calora. 1-1 on Jablonski. Does have first base open. This is the game right here. 1-1. Jablonski takes low with the changeup. 2-1. A base hit here would be the put-away punch. 4-run game. 2-1. Well outside on a slider, and it's 3-1. And now they're just going to put Jablonski on base. They're not even going to deliver an extra pitch to him. So it's a walk. And what does Aaron Miles decide to do here? He's going to leave him in for Corona. Corona's been on base 3 times. 2 walks, a single, a run scored. Base is loaded with nobody out. Infield is in for Oakland. First pitch is lined into left center field, down for a hit. Bardowell scores. Best stops at third. The throw comes into the plate from Beal. And Corona has extended Long Beach's lead to 5 now. It's 7-2 Coast. Well, you just had a bad feeling after the strikeout that Riley got, where the pass ball allowed Vest to reach. And since a single, double, walk, a single, and that will be it for Riley tonight. Aaron Miles makes the pitching change here in the 8th. Long Beach has a 5-run lead with The bases loaded and nobody out in the 8th here on Ballers Radio. Now the game is starting to escape Oakland here in the 8th, as Long Beach has scored 2 runs on 3 hits. Nobody out. Bases loaded for the Coast, who hold a 5-run lead on the Ballers, 7-2. This whole inning started with a strikeout swinging and a pass ball that allowed Cooper Vest to reach first base. It's Brady Chavez in for the Ballers, looking to somehow wiggle his way out of this one. Chavez, the 24-year-old from Santa Cruz, faces Anthony Mata. Infield drawn in for Oakland. First pitch is lined into shallow right field, and Blythe places on a bounce. 1 run is in, and everybody advances 90 feet. Best scores, Jablonski the third, Corona the second, Anthony Mata with an RBI single. And it's a 3-run 8th for the Coast. 8-2 our score. Chavez appears for a 5th time this season. First pitch to Whittle, the catcher, is a strike. A fastball on the outside, 0-1. Corners in, middle infielders back. 6-run lead for the Coast. The 0-1. Slider outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Whittle singled in a run back in the 5th. Chavez fires a 1-1. Swing and a miss. Sharp slider gets the swing and miss, and it's 1-2. Chavez, a rookie out of Sacramento State, started out this season with the Glacier Range Riders. He's placed on waivers in late May, and then Oakland picked him up in mid-June. 1-2. Got him swinging, strike 3. Boy, that was a very tardy swing from Whittle. And there's 1 out in the 8th for Eddie Pelk. Pelk is 1 for 3 with a walk. First pitch. He lines it, watch out, foul down the third base line as he nearly took out his teammate, Jacob Jablonski. And Jablonski's pointing at him and saying, hey, hit that towards fair territory. Don't drill me. I mean, he almost decapitated him at third base. Got down on the floor quickly so he wouldn't get drilled by that line drive. 0-1. Pelk gets a weak ground to the short. They get the out at second for 1. Leahy's turned to first. It's a double play. Inning over. Nice job by Chavez. Gives up the hit, but then gets a strikeout in the double play ball. and the side is retired. 3 runs in for the Coast in the 8th. The Ballers have their work cut out for them in the 9th. Down by 6. It's 8-2 Long Beach as we head to the 9th on Ballers Radio. We have arrived at the 9th inning. Ballers down to their final 3 outs on this Wednesday, in danger of losing their 2nd straight and losing their 7th straight to the Coast. Long Beach ahead 8-2. Zach Volker, the closer, still in the ball game after getting the strikeout to end the 8th against Leahy. And Miles Beal leads off, trying to spark a rally here in the 9th. First pitch from Volker to Beal is a fastball on the lower outside corner for a called strike 1. Beal, Cobb, Santos, 9-1-2. Do up for Oakland, who has not scored since the 3rd. 0-1. Beal hits a line drive in the right center field, and that falls in front of Corona. It's his 3rd hit of the game. So certainly a bright spot today. Miles Beal at the bottom of the lineup in just his 5th start as a baller, and he has his 3rd hit. 3 for 4. An outstanding grab in the left field corner and foul ground. Certainly his best game yet in the green and gold. Here is Cobb. Trey has been quieter today. He's 1 for 4 with a single. Spin throw to first. Beal is back in standing. And Cobb was thrown out at second trying to advance an extra base after his ground ball was deflected by the 3rd baseman, Lena. First pitch to Cobb from Volker. And he takes it inside with a slider. 1 ball, no strikes. The base hit in the 5th for Cobb extended his hit streak to 7 games. 1-0 is ripped to center field. Did Cobb get all of it? Corona's at the wall. He makes the catch at the warning track. Cobb can't believe it. He thought he clobbered that ball to left center. He was walking down the first base line. He thought he had hammered it, and instead the park held it. Here's Santos now. I mean, he sat on the fastball, ripped it to left center, but it hung for Corona. And I tell you what, there is a breeze now that's blowing in at the moment. First pitch to Santos. He takes a strike down the middle. 0-1. Much more of a breeze now than at first pitch. No balls and a strike. Volker tosses, and Santos whacks it foul into the screen, 0-2. Hunter Day went 5 innings, gave up 3 runs. He struck out 4. 0-2. Santos takes up and in with a heater. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But Long Beach, another clinical performance from the bullpen, and the offense unwavering in support. 1-2 in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 8 unanswered runs after Oakland scored 2 in the third. Beal holds his lead at first base. And the 2-2 from Volker. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with a high fastball, and the Ballers are down to their final out tonight. As here comes Jake Allgaier. Final game of the series tomorrow night at 6:35. We'll have the Ballers pregame show at 6:15. Right here on our YouTube channel and on the Home Team Network. First pitch to Allgaier. Jake takes a slider low for ball 1. 1-0. Two runs on 8 hits tonight. 1-0. Slider, that time catches the knees for a strike, 1-1. Michael Riley in relief. Gave up 5 runs, 4 earned in 2 innings. As Volker comes home, and Allgaier takes a fastball inside, and we have a challenge from Whittle. Long Beach has 1 left.
We have a red hockey ball challenge. After review, the pitch has been overturned to a strike.
Overturned to a strike. And Allgaier's down to his last strike of the day. One ball, 2 strikes. Volker's set. And the right-hander deals the 1-2 to Allgaier. Here it is. Fastball misses high at 94. Two and 2. 8-2 Long Beach. 2 outs, 9th inning. 2-2. Allgaier bounces it foul into the Long Beach dugout. Win for Long Beach would be their 20th at home. They've only lost 3 times in this building, which is just remarkable. 2-2. And somehow, I don't know how Allgaier got a piece of that slider. You have to sit on the fastball from Volker because it's electric, and that's why his slider works so well. I don't know how Jake dug that out to keep himself alive for the moment. Beals at first. 2 and 2, 2 down. The right-hander Volker throws. And Allgaier swings and misses for strike 3. And the ball game is over. Long Beach wins its 2nd in a row over the Ballers this week. It's their 7th consecutive win over the Ballers dating back to the first half. And it's their 6th consecutive win overall They improved to 2-0 in the second half, and that's their 20th win of at home this year. An 8-2 final as Long Beach wins the series. It's a fourth consecutive series victory over the Ballers for the Coast, and they can sweep the Ballers tomorrow night with a victory for a second time this season. Final score, Long Beach 8, Oakland 2. The Ballers postgame show is coming up next right here on Ballers Radio.
And a reminder, the Coast return tomorrow for Game 3 of the series with the Oakland Ballers. First pitch is scheduled for 6:35 p.m.
Ballers fall in game 2 of this 3-game series to the Coast by a final tonight of 8-2. They have dropped this series against the Coast, and Long Beach can sweep the Ballers with a victory tomorrow night. Welcome back to Blair Field here in Long Beach. I'm Gareth Kwok. This is the Ballers postgame show as we take a look at the box score and break this whole thing down. Oakland got off to another good start in this one, like they did yesterday, led by good pitching. Hunter Day allowed just 2 runs through the first 4 innings, and he had dealt the first 3 in scoreless, hitless fashion. And the Ballers would help him out with some run support in the top of the 3rd against the right-hander Cole Percival. A couple of one-out walks issued by Percival to Santos and Allgaier led to a 2-run double from Jaden Kalora to right field that scored Santos and Allgaier. And unfortunately for Oakland, that would be the only offense of the day, the only run scored. Long Beach in the bottom of the 4th would tie it after Day had thrown 3 scoreless, hitless innings to begin tonight. A fielder's choice induced by Day, the Cooper Vest, put him on first base with 2 outs, and then a 2-out walk to Bartowell set up the double to Cuba Bess, one of his 2 doubles on the day, and that 2-run double tied the score at 2 through 4. In the 5th, Emilio Corona led off the inning with a single, stole second base, and David Whittle, in just his 3rd game with the Coast after he was signed by the team not too long ago, he singled in the go-ahead run in the 5th with a base hit up the middle with 1 down against Day, and that put Long Beach ahead for the first time today, 3-2 through 5. Fortunately for the Ballers, even though they generated traffic in every inning, they collected a hit in every inning except the 1st, and they just weren't able to do much with it as they stranded 9. How many did they strand on base today? Oakland had multiple chances offensively, but 10 men left stranded, and they went 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. The Long Beach bullpen, Jonathan Kozowski, Jake Dixon, and Zach Volker combined for 4 scoreless innings and 6 strikeouts to close the book on the Ballers. And Long Beach would put the game away with 2 runs in the 6th and 3 runs in the 8th against Michael Riley. Riley gave up a leadoff single in the 6th, then got the next 2 outs before hanging a breaking ball for Jacob Jablonski, who hammered a 2-run homer to right center to extend Long Beach's lead to 3, 5-2 on that homer. And then 3 runs scored in the 8th against Riley. The inning began on a strikeout swinging, but a pass ball committed by Calora allowed Vest to reach first base. And you're thinking, uh-oh, that's not how you want to start an inning. And here it comes again. It started the spiral. Bardowell singled. Vest doubled in the run. Jablonski drew a walk, and then Corona singled to left, which forced Aaron Miles to make a pitching change. Anthony Mata singled off Brady Chavez to cap off a 3-run inning on 4 hits. And Long Beach victorious for a 6th consecutive day as they win their 6th straight. They have taken the first 2 here over the Ballers, and they protected their home field. An 8-2 victory over the Ballers. It's their 20th win at home. They're now 20-3 here at this ballpark. My goodness. Final totals tonight here from Long Beach. Oakland with 2 runs on 8 hits, no errors, and they stranded 10 on base. Long Beach, 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They stranded just 5. The winning pitcher today is Cole Percival, as Percival should be his first win of the year. It is 1-0 in just his 2nd start since joining the team as their franchise pitcher. And Hunter Day picks up a tough luck loss. He pitched well, just 3 runs allowed in 5 innings, and he matched his season high with 4 strikeouts. But he gave up the winning run in the 5th. He is now 0-2, And Zach Volker collects his 10th save of the year, which continues to lead the league. In a game that lasted 2 hours and 48 minutes here from Blair Field. Coming up next, we'll take a look at some scores one last time here from Long Beach on day 2 of this second half. Ballers postgame show continues after this here on Ballers Radio. Back here on the Ballers postgame show as Long Beach secures a series victory over the Ballers. It's their 4th consecutive series win over the Ballers as they win it 8-2 tonight from Blair Field. We update you one last time on our Pioneer League out-of-town scoreboard. The Billings Mustangs completed yesterday's game against Great Falls, which was suspended due to rain. They continued it today by winning 9-6 in the first game, and they sweep the quote-unquote doubleheader with a 10-5 victory over Great Falls in Game 2. They are 2-0 to start out the second half. Idaho Falls gets its first win of the second half with an 8-6 win over Ogden. Missoula improves to 2-0 with a 9-4 victory over Glacier. The Red Pocket Mobiles and the Boise Hawks are tied at 5 at the end of 9, so they are in the middle of a knockout round, home run derby tiebreaker to decide that one. And last but not least, Modesto trying to hold on to a 1-run lead on Yuba Sutter. 4-3 Roadsters in the top of the 9th, with Modesto hoping to improve to 2-0. Time now to take a look at tomorrow night's matchup. The Ballers will look to salvage the series finale here in Long Beach and take in a win at the very least when they make the drive home to Oakland for their 3-game weekend series against Modesto. Tomorrow, a familiar face takes the hill for the first time this season. It's left-hander Reed Butts, who will make his season debut. He was just signed from Sioux City earlier this week, and he is in town, and he will make his Ballers debut this season. I guess his season debut for the Ballers tomorrow against the left-hander Garrett Van Deventer for Long Beach. First pitch tomorrow at 6:35. We'll have the Ballers pregame show beginning at 6:15 right here on the Home Team Network and on our YouTube channel. Hope you can tune in then with the Ballers still in search of their first win of the second half. But for now, that's going to do things for us here from Long Beach. For Tyler Peterson, I'm Gareth Kwok saying so long. Again, the final score today, Long Beach 8, Oakland 2. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. We'll talk to you all tomorrow. But until then, so long, everybody.